Hello, guys. This is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and today we're going to talk about AEW. Whatever happened with that game? Let's get right into it. Okay, guys, so those of you guys that know me know I'm a big wrestling fan. I watch every damn circuit out there. You know, I even watch like WWE, AEW, Japanese, international, everything you could think of. I'm extremely passionate about my wrestling. Since I was a freaking kid, I used to do backyard wrestling. Those of you guys that, you know, before my YouTube channel got banned, those of you guys remember I smashed through tables, smashed through every little thing. I absolutely am passionate about wrestling. But my other number one obsession is wrestling video games, and I loved it since the Nintendo days when the Raw came out. If you guys remember, that was the best game that kind of made the raised the level, raised the bar. Then came the SmackDown series, okay, because we had all these games like Raw on Xbox, which I wasn't a big fan of. Of course, the mod community on the PC did a great job. But it didn't, it wasn't as fluent and as awesome looking as the SmackDown series. And then, of course, came out, the SVR series, which was incredible. I loved, of course, the Nintendo 64, No Mercy. All those games were absolutely awesome. And I always wondered, I said, would they come out? Would Nintendo come out with an exclusive game? And we did petitions, we signed it, and I told you guys even before, and this isn't about Nintendo here, this is about AEW. We're going to go into that right now, but I told you guys before this craziness happened in 2019, okay? It was in talks to come out with an exclusive game for the Nintendo. There were talks about WWE 2K22, which still might come out, later months after it's released. You never know. It's going to probably come out in a delayed manner, like, pretty much every other Nintendo Switch game that came out for the consoles. There were other games that they were talking about, a wrestling game that's exclusive. I didn't know anything, and then suddenly radio silence once all this craziness happened, okay? So then I was like, all right, we were all talking about the AEW game. Let's be real here. I like WWE, but, it's kind of getting tiring right now. The number one wrestling that wrestling show that I absolutely love is AEW. And I definitely love AEW. It's one of my favorites. So right now, we were all wondering what the hell happened with the game. Everybody was talking about it, right? So right now, right from the horse's mouth, Kenny Omega right here actually spoke. Give me a second. I'm going to read this out to you. It says, I would expect hopefully to have something prepared for people to show very soon. I don't want to promise at the pay-per-view or at the pay-per-view week, but we were hoping to possibly show a little more of where we're at and progression and reveal possibly a new character or characters. It is coming along, right? Then afterwards he wrote, for me, there is a large emphasis on the wrestling aspect of the game. We want the wrestling too, and it's tough to get it down, but we want it to feel like how a match would flow. But within a video game, that matches in general will go a little quicker, but we want them to feel like the user is able to assume the role of their favorite AEW superstar or whoever they create in creator wrestler mode. And when they mix it up in the ring in, whatever match type they choose, that they're having a fun time, and they feel like they are in control of their person, and that the moves have impact and is fun. But if you want to be competitive about it, there is that there too. Let me just see what it says here. We have a lot of match types. This is where it gets interesting here. We have a lot of match types, game modes. There's going to be a cross-platform. It could be Nintendo Switch too. You never know, guys. And an online component where you can create your own lobby and things like that and have fun with friends, the ability to defend belts, plenty of ways to interact with people in different ways, to build a community and interact with people and have fun. In this wrestling universe, it's not about the wrestling itself. It's always about bringing people together as best you can, which is not the main focus, but I would like to see that happen, and it's one of my focuses. I would like to see that happen soon, for this game to be a chance for wrestling fans and people who enjoy the game to have as many outlets as they can to bring their friends together and have fun online or offline or online, which is great, because I was kind of debating before. I was saying, are they going to make this an online game? Because he kind of, hinted at things before, and kind of confused me. And then here's where it gets interesting, and I'm going to get into this. We'll never be able to compete with the production values of WWE's game. Remember, they also said that about their circuit. They pretty much said, we're not competing with WWE. This isn't a competition, like TNA was saying. They even had Rhino saying things about Vince McMahon, all these dirty, the words even, which I can't mention here. Obviously, I'll get flagged on here. So the point is, they're really staying away from bashing WWE, kind of going away from saying we're going to top WWE, but we'll get into that. So let's start again. We'll never be able to compete with the production values of WWE's game. 2K22 is absolutely gorgeous. I'm excited to see all their bells and whistles when it finally releases. For us, rather than pushing the envelope drastically or anything like that, we just want the wrestling to feel how it used to feel. There you go. For the people who would play wrestling games back in the day and just have fun with fellow wrestling fans, or people who want to have fun with their buddies. Maybe they don't know who is, or don't know who Chris Jericho is, but they'll be able to pick a character and go, this guy is fun to play as. That's the feeling that I want as a creative designer to bring back to video games. Now, if you guys see how they talk, how he talks, very careful and always bringing up WWE. Now, again, might be a conspiracy, but absolutely this plays into the conspiracy, where I think Vince McMahon is a hush-hush partner. WWE is a hush-hush partner of AEW. I never seen a competitive business, I don't care how humble they are, that ever puts themselves down like that, okay? And constantly mentions WWE. There's no reason to mention that and say it's better or worse. Nobody ever did that. Nobody ever said my game's better than your game when they made a game like that, okay? The thing is, with 2K22, we're kind of fed up. I'll be honest with you. I am, and a lot of people are. I enjoyed the SVR series. I enjoyed the SmackDown series. It got a little repetitive towards the end. They took out, a bunch of matches and stuff that I would have liked to see there, and they took it out, and then it went to 2K. Now, I was grateful for 2K because they released the game on PC, where the other ones were exclusive games to, everything else. But here's the thing. Let me let my dog out of here. So here's the thing that kind of ticked me off with 2K. They came out on PC. I did mods for it, did entrances and created wrestlers that looked absolutely stunning. All great, but then they took out so many match types out of there. Everything became also repetitive. And to be honest with you, I kind of like the animated ones that were in the SVR series, from the realistic ones. Now, granted, when it came out, I was wowed by it. The gameplay was way slower, but it looked more realistic. I really enjoyed playing the 2K series in the beginning, and then it just kind of tanked, and then you have to pay for all these add-ons, and right now I'm doing it for us, right, for the channel. I'm going to be reviewing 2K22. Freaking NWO is even more money. It's just insane that they don't give you a complete game anymore like they used to before. That kind of ticked me off, guys. I'm not going to, that's the thing with 2K. It's always these, these little things that they don't tell you, and then you have to pay more and more money to get more things out of it. It kind of ticks me off, and I'm kind of sick of 2K already, and I miss the old times where the wrestlers, were quicker than regular wrestlers. It was a quicker type pace, but you could do things like lay them flat on the announce table and go to the top ropes and drop your elbow like Shawn Michaels does. All of these things were so freaking cool that they took out Inferno match, they took out Casket match, they took out all of these cool things that no longer exist, and it kind of ticked me off. And then they started saying we're going to introduce it back. I just wanted to go back to the SVR days with better graphics. To be honest, No Mercy. Now, when that was one of my favorites. With today's graphics, that would be so cool. Now, if you look at the game, when they showed little bits and pieces of it, it kind of feels like that SVR-ish type. So, Granted, it's not going to be a 2K game where it's like a sim, but I mean, they even took out most of the. It's not enjoyable anymore as it used to be. Okay, so I kind of liked playing through everything and having an ending like they used to have in the SmackDown series. I loved Here Comes the Pain. That was one of my favorites, period. So to see this game is really what we all wanted. We wanted an exclusive game for the Nintendo Switch also. But now, you know, if they could come out with a game that's cross-platform and bringing people together, like he said, and give you that old school feel of SVR, that's going to be the sickest game you could ever freaking imagine. I don't want any other game but that. That game's going to be cool. And look, to finally be able to have two of them, you know, okay, I'll take the 2K. All right, I'll buy the basic one because, be honest with you, I like AEW way better anyway. So I'll take the AEW game. Bam! I got the best, two games here. I bought the Nintendo 64 when No Mercy came out. That was a system seller. How Nintendo, even though Nintendo 64 I wasn't really fond of, I think the Super Nintendo did way better. And I love my PlayStation. When I got SmackDown, I freaking loved it. These are the type of games that are system sellers. And I really think this game is going to be cross-platform. Everyone is going to enjoy it. And those of us that love that SVR animated type thing. I mean, think about it, guys. Right now when you do a Stone Cold Stunner, you just do the stunner, he falls down, and that's it. If you guys remember in Here Comes the Pain, he does the stunner, Rock's body like flops around. You feel the impact of these special moves that you just cannot feel it in the 2K series. It just is a cooler game to play, at least for me, maybe because I'm nostalgic, maybe because I like the SmackDown series and the SVR series and No Mercy series. No Mercy. I would love to see that kind of animation type game coming out. It'll be a breath of fresh air to go back to that. And to have all those match types that 2K took out and to bring it back together, and it'll be just so freaking dope to see that. So I can't wait to see what they got in store for us. Now, when do I think this is going to be released? I'm not into rumors. You guys know I give you guys the absolute truth. But if you're asking me, what do I think of it? Because a lot of you guys ask me, what's the deal with this? What's the deal with that? So I'm going to tell you straight up right here. I think, it is funny that they're making this mention when the 2K22 is coming out. Now, why is that? Well, two things. Either this is a possibility that they want to check out and see what's going on with 2K and try to learn from that and kind of add to the game before they release it, or they're going to release it shortly after, or maybe about, a few months after, 3 months, 4 months after. Guys, I don't know if he's going to release anything for the pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to the pay-per-view. You never know. He might actually drop something, but just to see a character is going to be kind of corny. I want to see this game already developed. I want to see this game already tested. I want to see this game out right now. I want to play that damn game. I think we all do. I think it's time for an AEW game. They got all my wrestlers that I actually love. I think WWE, because he won't say it, I'm going to say it because I think there's kind of secret partners there. But I'm going to tell you, WWE, a lot of their good wrestlers, they didn't put them through. Okay, it's all about hype, who's related to what. And, I get it. It's who you know. It's not what you know. But all these young talents, I would have loved to see, actually make something of them. And instead, it's like, I don't know, it just, when I watch it, I feel like it's regurgitating garbage. Okay, and TNA, I loved it in the beginning. Then they allowed all the old wrestlers to come back, and pretty much they ruined it, and also didn't put a lot of their good wrestlers in it. And I love wrestlers like AJ Styles, all these people. I really just dig it. And, they came to WWE, they were playing around with them, and it's just WWE doesn't know how to use their talents, where AEW does. And there's some times that make me cringe when they bring the oldies back, and I'm like, oh God, I hope they don't do what TNA did, because that's literally what made them tank. But, I see it, and they really care about their wrestlers. They're really, they're doing great things. They're doing great moves, and to be honest, I really love watching AEW over WWE. Don't get me wrong, I'm still watching WWE. But, seeing Roman Reigns beat the hell out, I love Roman Reigns. He's a great guy. I met him several times. Great dude. Even wanted to put Goldberg through, but of course he didn't know it was his last match, and they told him how it was going to go down. The guy's a solid dude, but he got too much of a push because he's related to Rock. I think we could all agree with it. Not that he's not a bad talent. I think he's a great talent. He has a lot of potential. He could go, I see him as an intercontinental champion, which now that doesn't even make sense because people just go straight to the world championship in heavyweight, even when they're not heavyweights. But that's a whole other story altogether. I'm not going to get too much into that. But the thing is, I just enjoy watching AEW a hell of a lot more than WWE. And I'd love to see them get a game that's out there. Hey, if WWE is a secret partner, I don't even care. I don't have anything against WWE. I'm just saying I enjoy AEW, and I would love to see them have a video game that we could enjoy that's SVR-like. I don't really care about the 2K series. I kind of lost interest. I, occasionally would play it here and there, when it's out there. I just don't feel it has that much to keep me interested. I play through it a little bit, and then I lose interest and go back to God of War or something like that. I just, like I said, I'm really passionate about the video games, but I'm also extremely critical of them. And this is why I'm telling you, this game right here, AEW, if they come out with a game that's like the No Mercy series, like the SVR series, the SmackDown series, and make it with today's graphics, that's gonna blow me the freak away. Freak away. So I hope you guys feel the same way. I want you guys to comment down below. If I find anything, I will come out, with videos about this. I will definitely be doing a review about 2K22 when it's out. So stay tuned for that. Get the honest review. As always, this is the People's Channel. I'm not a paid-for reviewer that'll tell you something is good when it's not. I buy everything with my own money. I thank you guys for offering me Patreon services and all, but you guys see, I still reject them. I reject them respectfully because I'd rather you guys keep that money. I work 3 jobs to make this happen. I opened this channel for that purpose, to give you guys the truth from honest people like you and I. We together, you guys are already doing your part by commenting down below, and together we're helping the community at large make better informed decisions by giving them the truth from real people like you and I right here. And that's really all there is to it. I work 3 jobs. Trust me, I got this. I love you guys for offering. But today we live in uncertain times. I'd rather you guys save that money to buy these games when they're out, to invest in yourselves, to invest in your families, to spoil yourselves. And that's really what it's all about. Anyways, like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Helps the algorithm a lot. Look at that. We're just word of mouth here, and we're nearing 10,000. We're just over a year. Not bad. So spread it, to everybody you know. Make the family grow. Like, subscribe, hit that bell button for the algorithm to rise, so it could get to more people, so they could sift through, have less to sift through garbage to get to the truth. And that's all there is to it. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.
As always, guys, if you like what you see, self-funded here, be sure to check out all my other stuff, from mini-series to unboxings to technology, and Nintendo reviews and 3D printer reviews and all that good stuff. If you like what you see, the only way you can help the channel is by liking this video, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. As many more cool videos to come. Definitely want you guys in it, and I want you guys to be vocal. Definitely comment down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.